Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna front seat this valve here on this oil separator reservoir coalescing. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna front seat it and we're gonna bleed everything out of here. Since I can't really pump any oil in this because of the high pressure and the valve bleeding, we're gonna pump it through here and we'll do our best. And we'll open it back up and fill it up. So, man, you need some new headgear, man. We're gonna close this one and all of them down the line. 5 of them. This is the inlet for the oil on the compressor. So we'll isolate there, isolate there, isolate there, there, there. We're gonna front seat all these valves. We're gonna bleed it here into my bucket. I got Miguelito down there. Alright, so we got all of them isolated. This is kind of leaking, so I just put that back on. So now we got this line isolated, front seated. So comes in here. We're probably gonna pull this frame. Comes out of here. Everything here is isolated. Now we gotta isolate the relief, which is the vent. It ties into the suction. That way we can get all the pressure out and not have any bleed back, because we're going to change the filter here. That's what we're going to do. Oil's clear because there's no flow. So now that we have the oil out of here, what we're doing now is we're trying to bleed everything out, but you know, you want to be EPA responsible, so we're pulling everything in here into the suction by just tying into one of these compressors down on this end. So I'm tied in here, my hose goes in there. So I'm letting this compressor pull out as much refrigerant as possible, so I don't lose anything, whether it's minimum or anything. So you just want to be responsible for what you're doing. So always remember, you can always use this rack to help you pump down different parts of the system. Don't forget about that. So we're down to 10 PSI. Now that's the lowest it's gonna get because that's what we're at. 9, 10 PSI. So now you just de minimis, what we call it. So we're gonna pull the oil filter, and we want to stay as clean as possible when we do this. So we're gonna keep the bucket here. You want to see the oil? I'll show y'all later. I'm gonna pull this out and replace it, then we'll date it. You ready? Watch, he's gonna back it up when he does it. You want to be careful. On any flare, any kind of service fitting, you want to back it up. Put some ads on it, Miguel. Yeah. Alright guys, we're going to pump the oil out of this compressor. We're going to use the compressor to pump the oil out. Now when it starts blinking red, usually when you stop or get the oil low enough, we'll get the oil out of this compressor. That's the oil level. So what we're going to do, we're going to open that ball valve and then we're going to pump it in that bucket. And once we do that, I'm going to isolate the compressor. So look at the stream. You'll know when you have enough oil out, that stream will clear up. compressor's doing all the work for us, so we don't make a mess. Damn, man, that's how I pee. Exactly like that. After sex. That should be everywhere. Alright, so what we're doing, we just pumped the oil out of this compressor. What I did is I tied into the pump side of this compressor, and we ran the compressor, and we spit the oil in here while the compressor is running until it starts spewing. When it's no longer a clear, a solid stream, what you do is you then shut the compressor off. Valve off suction. I got no back there. Valving off the suction. When you valve off the discharge, this is my discharge. You follow it, it goes to that king valve right there. The front seat, both the king valve on the suction and the discharge. We've already isolated the oil flow, the inlet to the oil flow. So we're not going to worry about any pressure bleeding by while we're changing the oil on this compressor itself. Give you an update here in a bit. This is our power input. Usually 24 volts. And then that's your communication. These are your analog outputs. This one's not using any. That's why you see 16AI. 16A. If there was any analog inputs being used, you would see 16AI, 16AAI. Means you got 16 analog inputs, 8 RO outputs, and 4 analog outputs. I mean AO. Let's see if we can find more boards. Open this up. And here goes more boards. These are RO boards right here. Just straight relay output. All they are. Nothing else. Now, let's see if we can find one of these. Let's do this board. Say I want to find compressor 1, right? I know it's on this board, right? So let's figure out what board this is. Compressor 1. Let's find compressor 1. So let's press Alt O. So stage output 1 value on. We know it's calling for it. So it's a 8RO, right? Board 1.1. So we gotta look for board 1.1. So how do we know that this is our board? Board 1. How do we know this is it? I mean, yeah, it says 1, but how do you really know it? So for you to figure that out, if there's no labels on it, or say that tag's missing, right? And you're just trying to identify things, right? So in order to set this address, you can read on here. It's gonna tell you. If I can flip it for you. And I hope you a believer. I'm quarterback and trying to get you open like receivers. So where it says network address, 1 through 5 is where you address your board. 1 equals 1, 2 equals 3, 3 equals 4, 4 equals 8, and 5 equals 16. So let's look at our dip switches on S3. Let's see how they're all set up. So if this is board number 1, then dip switch number 1 needs to be on.
Shawty gave me head. Hit it, then I quit it, but she even made the bed. Damn, I'm no good. The damn is so good.
That's this three, that one right there.
Like a camera phone would. Something like Rihanna while I'm up in that vagina. Type of chick that only
That board there is that three. So this switch 1 is on. 2 off, 3 off, 4 off, 5 off. So that's board number 1. That's how you identify what board you're looking at. If you need to verify things. Alright then.
Niggas headlights, catch me if you can, ho. They try and set me and I scramble. Look up in the sky and see exactly where I am, ho. And don't you see me, man? Making my wishes come true with no genie, man. I got the keys to my beamer with no beanie, man. I'm on these rich niggas' ass, no bikini, man. I bring the ring to the day the Lord free me, man. Never imagine that the kids would wanna be me, man. And could it be I give the hopeless broke kids hope? Come walking through the mall looking like he seen a ghost. Simply had to approach. What's up, young blood? Ain't it strange? A year ago today, my nigga, I was counting change. Yeah, hopping trains up in New York City.